Hi, I'm Jeff Wolfsburg, and April is Alcohol Awareness Month. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the workplace and alcohol. When most companies think of risk, they think of drugs, but they don't think of alcohol. So ask yourself, is alcohol really normalized in our particular workplace culture? Is it at the center of networking and bonding and stress relief? I had a good friend of mine that worked at an international shipping company in the 80s when we were growing up. You probably would easily recognize it. Very male environment, high stress. And the use of alcohol was actually very much encouraged as a way of stress relief every time a shift was over, whether there was management or kind of line workers. They met in the parking lot and would drink. Surprisingly to me, even at a young age, they would drink for hours before they went home. And this was very much part of the culture. I don't know what it is today, but back then, if you weren't drinking with the boss after work in the parking lot, then you weren't getting ahead. So ask yourself, is alcohol normalized in our office culture? The most accepted practice or behaviors in the workplace may be the ones doing the most damage. Number two, what you celebrate becomes your culture. So think about alcohol again. Who's fitting in around here? Who gets excluded? Who feels pressure to drink in order to stay relevant? Culture isn't what you say, it's what you reward. So when you think about, like I do a lot of work around recovery from the workplace, um, but think about this for a moment. If I am a person in recovery, I don't drink, or I don't drink for personal reasons, do I feel isolated or marginalized because of that decision? Is it well known that getting ahead around here means an after dinner drink with the boss or going over to the boss's house on Sunday or a cookout where there's lots of drinking? Does everybody have the equal chance of succeeding and thriving in the workplace if they decide not to drink? So, something to think about. Number three, people don't talk about their alcohol problems at work. Why? Because they can't. Alcohol still very much a stigma associated with alcohol abuse. For men, sometimes it comes down to the idea like, oh, you can't drink without getting into trouble. That means you can't handle it. Um, so coming forward and asking for help can mean a lot of things to both men and women: loss of credibility, being labeled, for instance, fear of career damage. So, are you creating an environment in which people feel comfortable coming forward and asking for help around alcohol? It's kind of normal around drugs, but are we thinking the same way around alcohol? Number four, alcohol as a performance strategy, believe it or not. Going back to my earlier example in the beginning, using alcohol as a way of dealing with stress, but using alcohol to shut off stress, manage pressure, stay in the game. So if there's a high pressure, high success oriented culture, alcohol may be driving a lot of the performance for a lot of the people in that organization as a way of dealing with what's going on. But in the long run, it's doing a tremendous amount of damage. And lastly, strong workplaces don't ignore alcohol usage, they lead on the issue. So, are you talking about it as much as you're talking about drugs? You're offering help, you're creating policies and systems that are supportive, not just punitive. So, those are five things to think about in your office when it comes to alcohol. And, think about the holidays, for instance. Again, going back to number two, what you celebrate becomes your culture. Is every birthday party, or if you have a summer kind of company picnic, or especially around the holidays, is drinking kind of the activity that brings everybody together? Are the options for people that don't drink or decide not to drink that evening as plentiful for them as it is for the drinkers? So it's a good month. April's Alcohol Awareness Month. It's a good month for you to kind of sit back if you're an HR or you're a company president or you're a leader in your organization and ask yourself, where do we stand on the use of alcohol in our daily culture? If you want to work with me, love to hear from you. Take care.